the show. We've got a ton of information to share with you guys. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. We've got a ton of information. Bidenomics presents stimulus checks for everyone to be eligible to receive a stimulus check. So we will dive deeper into the details of what we mean, the story behind it, what's actually happened with our economy, Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA survivor. We've got a ton of information to get into, guys. There's a lot of things actually happening, and we're trying to figure out what is Bidenomics' real plan to help Americans out. What is a plan that's going to fortify Social Security, expand the programs for those on a fixed income? How are we going to help those out that need it the most financially? So this is where we dive into the news to let you guys know exactly what's going on. Sandra, hey, thank you so much for the comment, for tuning in. Daryl, hello from Oklahoma. Elisha, hello everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate your love and support for the channel. So Bidenomics presents stimulus checks. What do you mean, John? Pedro, hola, ¿cómo estás, mi amigo? Kathy, hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. There isn't many people sold on Bidenomics. Christine, Rebecca, James, Shirley, Ellen, hey guys, thank you for tuning in today. So we've got a ton of information to get to. Linda, we've got a ton of stimulus check information. Bidenomics, we're going to be talking about everything of what's happening right here in our country when it comes to you getting more money. Jerry, Susan, Terry, lovely Juan, what's going on, my friends? So we are at the local job site of where I'm actually doing business. I wanted to, instead of wait till later tonight, wait till I got back to the room, instead of trying to find different things, hey Martha, different avenues of how to do the video, when to do the video, where to do the video, I'm like, listen, I'm already here. I might as well go ahead and present you guys with the news. I've been researching it, looking at it today, trying to find updated information and see, is there any other states that have been added to the list? Vicente Ben Borjan from, I'm not understanding that, I'm sorry. There's a lot of things happening. Stimulus check payments are coming to these states in July. There's been a lot of, questioning, why isn't Texas doing something? Why isn't Wisconsin? Why isn't Michigan? Why isn't Ohio, Arizona? There always seems to be a limited number of states that are willing to give out stimulus checks. And again, guys, we do a lot of research to provide you with the most up-to-date news on actually what is happening currently. Margie, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Why not Hawaii? That's a good question. Margie, everybody was looking forward to that increase. I'm going to make some phone calls myself, and I'm going to say, listen, this news was presented to us. We talked about it. We went through it. We discussed it. Where's the increase? So Oklahoma, Mississippi, hey, Sheila from Kentucky. So we're really doing our best to make sure that we're finding every possible everything, guys, that we can figure out how we can help you guys out. Like I said, there's a lot of information out there. We're going to be discussing a few things, and we're going to end. So make sure you stick around to the end. We're going to end with stimulus check information. Which states has it been updated? We will let you know. Okay? So first things first, Social Security latest COLA increase estimate inches higher for 2024. This information came out today. Although inflation in the United States continued to fall in June, hitting its lowest level in more than 2 years, the latest Social Security cost of living adjustment estimate for 2024 actually got higher. Actually, guess what? It went up. Always a positive thing when you can have a chance to get more money. Overall, inflation in June 2023 rose 3% from the previous year, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics data released on Wednesday. That was the smallest 12-month increase since the period ending in March 2021. The index for shelter was among the biggest contributors to the gain, reflecting rising houses and rental costs, something that has been a particular impact on seniors with fixed income. Who has this affected most? Well, it's the seniors that are on a fixed income that have been struggling since 2020, 2021 on the uprising of housing and rental costs, something that, guess what? It's a struggle with, guys. So based off June, based off the data given, you're looking at about a 3% cost of living, which would be, I'm not going to say it's great, and I'm not going to say it's good. When you go from 8.7, it's hard to be happy about 3. It's hard. It's hard to celebrate 3. So, so now moving on to other information. So many of you guys watch other YouTube channels, and I listen, I watch everybody, what they do, things that are being said, and things that maybe I may not catch because I do my own research. But if they're also coming across very big news that could help you, I'm going to make sure that I'm listening, so that way I'm fully prepared that I could give you guys the best information out there to make sure that you guys are taken care of. So Bidenomics is what they are considering is nothing new. So many people, in fact, 2/3 of Americans do not agree or do not support Biden and his Bidenomics, and saying that he's going to make this country better, things are going to get better, and they're just not buying it. Are you buying it? Do you believe that Joe Biden will do better? Do you believe our country will be doing better? I try to stay out of the whole debate on what I truly think, because again, politics is something that is a little more than marketing. As evidence, behold, the sudden use of the term Bidenomics by Democrats is used to describe the administration policies of the past few years. Indeed, what was being branded as new is nothing but the same old program of big spending, big regulations, and big synchronism. The only difference is that it's on a much bigger scale. The administration will need all the marketing it can get to sell these ideas, especially to a public that's been giving its approval ratings in the 30s. But no marketing effort should distract us from the economic realities of the past 2 years. Now remember, everything of what's happened from gas, inflation, high interest rates for houses, loans. I mean, I remember when I used to get a signature loan and I could get something for 8%, 7%. Now it's like 14, and I'm like, wow, that went up. Houses, I can sit here and tell you, hey, Mary, I'd love to run for president. I just got to get somebody to sponsor me. Kelly, so I apologize. I'm doing my best I can. Let's see, what time is it here? It is 8:40 here. I got here like at 9:30, and I'll explain why. And then I worked till 8:30. So you could say that's what, 10, 11, 12, took an hour lunch. So I would say 12 hours. Brenda, I'm just answering a question. I promise I'll get back to stimulus check in the news. But Kelly said, John, you're tired. You really need some sleep. So for those of you who know about my newborn, Dexlin, he last night started throwing up really, really bad. I'm in Colorado, Denver, Colorado. Throwing up really, really bad. And for many of you parents, and even those that are not parents, have you ever heard of RSV? Well, RSV is it's like an upper respiratory infection that it's not good for newborns to get. Well, last night, Declan started throwing up really bad. He was wheezing really bad. He had a really bad cough inside his chest. And some of the kids that we went to church with had tested positive for RSV. So we called the doctor, and it's about 2 in the morning. The doctor says, go ahead and bring him in. So we're bringing him in, and we don't leave the doctor till about 4. We don't leave till after 4, get home. Get to the hotel, get in bed around 5 o'clock, okay? 5 o'clock. And I was up at 8 something to get ready because it took like an hour to get to the job site. So you could say I got 3 hours of sleep. And Kelly, I appreciate that. So just to let you guys know, that's exactly what happened last night. And again, we're out here. I've took the leap of faith. I am pursuing my own career and doing what I can for me and my family what's best, and making some big moves. And your support would be amazing. Thank you guys so much for that. I promise I will do better. I just haven't had any sleep. Mary, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But the thing that I'm really trying to present here, Daryl, what's good, my brother? Thank you for watching. All the efforts to push the Biden economics as of they are making things better for Americans has not really been the case. Brian, I apologize. Sherry, hey, what's going on, my friend? The Bidenomics is what they're calling it, is what Joe Biden claims that he's made a lot of cut to the deficit. His allies in a unified Democratic Congress have enacted $5 trillion in new spending over the decade. So we've got worse than a debt. We're not really any further than what we started. And they're pushing Bidenomics as if it's saving our economy when our economy is going like this. It's going straight down. We need a change. We need new things happening in our country. We need a new leader. We need someone who's going to grab the bull by the horns and make things better. Do great for our country. So stimulus payments are coming to these states in July of 2023. The 3 major federal stimulus payments of what they're really trying to present to residents, beginning with the first state on the list is Idaho, Illinois, Massachusetts, Montana, New Mexico are on the list, guys. I'm going to read that back one more time. Idaho, Illinois, Massachusetts, Montana, and New Mexico. And again, a lot of these states change the updates. Some states present it. They want to get things moving. And then next thing you know, guess what? They're not presenting it anymore. And it's like delayed. So that's where we do research every day to keep you guys updated. Tennessee is not on the list. And I promise, guys, to do better. I promise to do more videos. And I apologize. We've just been at this job site. And normally when I do, like, I'm sorry, Josiah is cool. Nothing for Oklahoma. So I try my best to do new construction. Well, we're doing a existing building. And one thing I do not like about the existing building, Daniel, nothing for South Carolina, Sharon, nothing for Virginia. One thing I don't like about existing is that you have to do a lot of construction, ripping out, doing a lot of demolition work, rebuilding, reframing, and it just takes a lot of time that I'm so used to just doing door installation that when I have to do other things, I'm like, I'm not prepared. I don't have the tools. I've got tools only to do what I need to do because that's what I do. And then, you know, again, I don't mind helping. I mean, he covered our hotel for this week, the GC, the general contractor, and he paid, so he paid our hotel. He paid me to use my truck, which was a big blessing. And it's one of the things that it's a God thing, and God's doing great things, and I believe it. And I believe God's going to bless every one of you guys. God always has a plan for everybody. And I thank you for coming in and listening. And again, we're always going to have people that don't appreciate anything on this channel. And I love you guys and I appreciate it. But at the same time, we have so many people that they just want to debate and say something crazy. So stimulus payments are coming to the states in July of 2023. First one on the list is Idaho. Second on the list is Illinois, Massachusetts, Montana, and New Mexico. It looks like the list is slimming down. Nothing for Missouri, and I promise you guys, we do research every day. Nothing yet for Missouri. I promise that we will keep looking, but we do this research every day. Sometimes it changes, sometimes it doesn't. So one of the reasons why I put as a thumbnail Biden economics equals stimulus checks. You might be saying, well, where's the correlation? What do they have? Is it including in the bill? What I'm saying is this: if Bidenomics keeps going the way they're going, we're going to hit in such a bad recession that the federal government's not going to have any other choice but to send stimulus checks out. 2/3 of America do not agree with Bidenomics, and it's not anything that looks beneficial, sounds beneficial. There's nothing that's being done that's just eye-opening and just so changing our country. It's just not. So this is where we come in, we do the news, we find the news, we find and research and make sure that we're providing you guys with the most updated information. We read the states off. Patrick, what's going on, my friend? So Biden economics, you know, my biggest thing is this: I'm not a fan of anyone who doesn't help this country be great. It doesn't help us create jobs, doesn't keep people off the street. And I'm going to be honest, I've been here in Denver, and I was at the gas station, the 7-Eleven here on the corner, and there was a homeless guy that walked in, and it's like, it's sad because there's people living on the streets. And let me tell you something, this guy wasn't in his 20s, he wasn't in his 30s, he wasn't in his 40s. This guy must have been probably 55 to 65 years old, living on the streets. And he had this little EBT card or little card in his hand, and that's how he survives, living on the streets, buying the essential that he needs to eat. So what does that tell you? That tells you that you guys don't get enough money. That tells you that it's time for a change. It's time for things to be better. It's time for things to actually be to where you can get the help that you need. Barbara, thank you so much for defending me. Again, guys, we're always going to have crazy people that come on here and just give such crazy comments, you know. Faith shook. Go double check. Go double check, because what they're saying about a recession is if we keep going the way we're going into recession. It's inevitable unless we change the direction that we're going in. Remember, it's like this. We're in the Titanic ship right now, and Joe Biden is heading straight for an iceberg, okay? April, West Virginia is not on the list. And I've got some more news to tell you and about a stimulus check. So we're in a boat, we're on the Titanic, and Joe Biden is aiming straight for that iceberg. And guess what? There's a lot of hurt that's going to be hurt a lot of people. And people are saying, well, this ship can't sink. Marine, I apologize if I said your name wrong. Texas is not on the list. So, like they said with the Titanic, not even God himself could sink this ship, which was the stupidest statement I've ever heard in my life. And so guess what? That guy ran. He knew there was icebergs. They notified him. They knew that there were ginormous icebergs in sight because the ship had passed by there. And the guy literally made the boat go full speed. And guess what? They didn't have enough time to turn it and ended up smacking the side of that iceberg. So what I'm saying is, if we continue to go with this direction, if we continue with what they're doing in our economy, then it's inevitable to go into a recession. So I'm hoping things change. We're ready for things to get back to being better. Several people in our country need help, and we need it bad. But there again, it's all going to take place when we finally decide enough's enough. We need somebody who's going to take care of this country and not every other country. James, That's more relevant. I could get that. Where I could get that. But again, guys, you know, there's a lot of things happening in our country. There's a lot of money being spent. There's a lot of bills that haven't got paid. And again, it's so let me tell you this. For many of you, because I got to tell you the truth. Two things. Number one, I realize why Alabama hasn't been on the list for stimulus checks. The governor of Alabama had a press conference and said, we don't need stimulus checks. Our economy is going to be great. And it was on the uprise until we sent out stimulus checks. So that makes a lot of sense as to why their state wouldn't be giving any stimulus checks out. But I thought you might want to know that. Now, again, what Joe Biden has did in the last year or two is he has made the United States Americans pay more money out of their pockets. And they said that the average family, American has paid $8,000 more this year than the year previous. So that $8,000, guess where it's going? It's going back to them. So we'll figure out, what's going to happen. We've got, more news to look at to see what's happening. Charlie, thank you so much for defending me. Let me tell you something. There are always going to be people who always hate. And you know what? It's, I'm not going to say what I want to say, and I'm not going to say what I probably should say, and I'm not going to say what some of you might want me to say, but at the same time, I love everybody. You guys truly are the best. I couldn't do this without you. And I thank you for all the likes that you have done on this channel. We're almost at 100. We almost got 164 people. Well, we got 164 watching, almost 175. And it's because of you that we get to keep doing this. Like I said, I'm going to be doing YouTube full time, but I had made promises to do these jobs. So I'm going to be working on it. I promise you I will do everything I can to keep you guys updated. But I love you. I appreciate you. I cannot thank you enough for everything you've done. Drive Secure 24/7. Hey, Drive Secure. I was born in this country. My parents were born in this country, and my grandparents were born in this country. You ain't got nothing on me, bro. You ain't got nothing on me, bro. So, I get it. I get it. People are always going to say crazy stuff. But at the same time, you know what? No matter how much stuff crazy is, I want to love everybody, and I want everybody to have a great life. And I want everybody to have, a great life. So I love this country, and I stand for that flag. I have several family members that went to the armed forces. And, so I appreciate our country, and I love you guys. And I thank you for supporting me, for being there for me. I promise things are going to get a lot better. And it's just going to be, Arthur, if you pay attention, turn on your hearing aids and pay attention, put on your glasses, you're going to go to that video. And we said 32 states, or actually every state, is doing something. Not every state is giving stimulus checks. I think there was a handful of them, but the majority of the states were giving tax deductions. So you have to listen, turn your hearing aid on, put your glasses on, watch the video carefully, because I firmly exactly say not every state is giving stimulus checks. Many of them are giving state deductions. So with that, you've been a great audience. You're my family. You got my back. We're going to continue doing what we do. I love you guys. Stay tuned, because I've got more videos on the way. And until next time, I'm John Miro. Peace. Hey, guys, let's make America great again. Love y'all.